Jan, ich bin's wieder, Kesuna Hera, hier mit meinem Let's Play von Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth. So, wir sind jetzt hier in dieser Situation, so Kreuzverhör ähnliches Ding, und statt Gumshoe wird jetzt Maggie, also unsere Maggie Bird, beschuldigt, den Buddy Faith umgebracht zu haben. Hören wir uns mal an, was Portsman zu sagen hat. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, then that leaves only Miss Bird as your prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all that more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message. So you're saying she used the master key? Wie schön, ich krieg einen Master Key. Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say? That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well. Oh, gegeben. That was then, and this is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me. Soll heißen, du bist ein Sportler. I wonder if there was anyone else other than Miss Bird who could use the master key. It seems that the only way to get Mr. Portsman to give me more details is to press him. Kreuzverhör! Ach, sagen wir Rebuttal! Reason for suspicion. Wunderschön, dass du das angesprochen hast, Edgeworth. Also, im ersten Punkt, Angriff! Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could use the master key? There's only one person on staff at this time of night, and tonight she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird? That's, true, but I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir. Wasn't able to? What's that supposed to mean? Yes, moving on. I'd hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated. What do you mean, unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal. But you can't really trust her, not to tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time. Should I hear Miss Bird out? Natürlich, das ist jetzt bloß psychische Taktik, uns davon abzuhalten, weiter mit ihr zu reden. Vergiss es, Junge. Not so fast. I, too, am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say. Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies. I'll be the judge of that, Miss Bird, if you please. I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 a.m., sir. What do you mean by missing? As in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it. Mr. Portsman, I believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you? I can't believe that someone like you would be taken in by such words. I'm not lying, sir. Objection. And if that's the case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now. I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir. Ha! A likely story. And where's your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forget where you put it and then found it again. I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it. Yeah, pal, trust me. You don't want to test just how bad her luck is. Gumshoe, auf welcher Seite bist du? Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive. Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, but... You still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office. Her motive? Didn't we already establish that it was theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried the safe. It is as Mr. Portsman says, Detective. I can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive of theft. But I'm done talking blows. It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own. Her intent? From the messed up shelves to the wiped down safe, I'd say thievery. So, danke für dieses neue Pünktchen. Jetzt können wir dir nämlich was, Dingsbums auf die Fresse schlagen. Nämlich, oder? Ja, da. Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something? Why not? It's the truth after all. It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyway. That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe. Ha-ha! In your face! The existence of which is only privy to prosecutors. Ah! I find it a little hard to believe that the hidden safe was a part of her cunning plan. But she could found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down. I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted. Friss bloß nicht deine Medaille, Junge. Yeah, even I didn't know about that safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could know about it either. Then are you proposing that the killer is a prosecutor? Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. Oh Junge, musst du dich auch so verplappern. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now? Curses! Why? What made you... What's with the angry face all of a sudden? It's all my fault! What do you mean? It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes. What did you just say? We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. That's why I told him. I filled him on the secret safes. Then that means... Yeah, I know. I had only just told him to. Obviously, it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it, but the div who broke into your room was probably Jim. Now he's claiming that the victim was the thief? And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you, Miss Maggie Bird? Excuse me? I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far, even your risky profession. What the? You're still accusing Maggie of the murder? Was für ein Arschloch? Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim, who had probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it? No, I couldn't. I could never do something like that. Not even a security guard, sir. Plus, even if he was the thief, he wouldn't have a key to this office. Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? It was Jim who stole the master key. Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us unless... Well, unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him. Mr. Portsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief? I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense. Has he no honor? Nee, hat nicht. Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind as to see yourselves out? You can't kick us out. This is Mr. Edgeworth's office. Ah, but I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You're all suspects to varying degrees, and therefore ineligible to run this show. What the fuck? So ein Arsch. Listen, pal, how many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit. Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself. But, sir... We have no choice but to accommodate this request, for now. Haha, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. Now then, if you could remove yourself from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful. Mark my words, Mr. Portsman. We will meet again. If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now, don't disappoint me, you hear? Such an asshole. Ich mag... Der ist doof. So. Save. Let's save this game. And here we are again. Aus unserem eigenen Büro rausgeschmissen. Not very nice. March 14, 4:18 a.m. Prosecutor's Building, 12th floor hallway. What is with that prosecutor? I can't believe how rude he was. It was unbelievable. Please maintain your professionalism, detective. I'm gonna find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocent. You'll see, sir. But we've been kicked out of the crime scene, sir. True. So then, what now? Looks like my life's fallen into yet another gigantic ditch. Do not despair, Miss Bird. We can overcome this as well. There are many other places and things we should be looking into anyway. Really, sir? For example, this hallway. The linchpin of his argument against Miss Bird is related to the master key. In that case, this hallway is the perfect place to look for more information regarding the mysteries surrounding my door. Also gut, begin the investigation. Also dann. Hoppla, was haben wir denn da? Lass mal gucken. Ich sehe direkt schon was. Tada! It's... Oh, isn't that missing O-series file, sir? No doubt about it. The bloody letters make it clear as day. There seems to be a few pages missing. Our div took only what was necessary and left the rest behind. So, what are these Euro files about, sir? I guess they've got something worth stealing in them, huh? Not particular. It's just a collection of court case files. However, the cases within these files are not mine. Huh? They belong to the High Prosecutor that used to occupy my current office. I have my reasons, but let's just say I was charged with keeping them as they were. Then that means the div must also want the file for a specific reason, right? It would seem so. Only the pages related to that case from 10 years ago are missing. I wonder why anyone would care about such an old case. Sehr mysteriös. Moment. Haben wir jetzt wieder... Ja, haben wir. Also dann. Dann können wir jetzt auch mal mit Maggie sprechen. I was wondering if I may speak with you for a bit concerning this case. I've always been a big fan of the courtroom, but this is like a dream. A dream where I'm being cross-examined by the Miles Edgeworth. No, Maggie is süß. I can't let this chance pass me by. I must remember to ask her about the master key. I should jog her memory by showing my notes to her through the present button. Aber als erstes sprechen wir ein bisschen mit ihr. Have you ever met the victim before? Well, I've seen him a couple of times before when I had to go to Mr. Portsman's office. Mr. Fate was always playing basketball with Mr. Portsman, sir. That sounds like fun! Just once I have loved to play with them. It sounds fun, but the only person ever taking a shot was Mr. Portsman. All Mr. Fate even ever did was pass him the ball, sir. On second thought, I didn't think I'd have fit in all that well with them. Okay, nett. Hoppala. Jetzt habe ich mich erschreckt. Ja, mein Bildschirm wurde schwarz. Miss Maggie Bird, correct? I'll take it that you are an acquaintance of the detective. She was under my supervision back when she was still on the force, sir. One day she got caught up in a murder and things started going downhill, so she quit. But I owe a lot to Detective Gumshoe for introducing me to my current employee. Or so I thought until a few hours ago. Right before I was about to clock out for the night. You got caught up in this whirlwind of a case, correct? Don't worry. My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building, kennen wir. I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, kennen wir auch schon. Failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster, kennen wir auch alles schon. And now I even managed to be named a criminal just when I've become a security guard. Das ist neu. That's a lot to go through in one lifetime. I know, and just when I thought I had finally found my happiness, I wound up getting you and Detective Gumshoe involved in my bad luck. You don't need to worry about me, Miss Bird. Nor do you need to worry about yourself. I will solve this case and prove your innocence. All I ask in return is for your cooperation. Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth. You can count on me. I'll do all I can to help. Na, die Kleine ist so süß. So, Present. Fragen wir sie mal über diesen Master Key aus. So, when did you discover that the Master Key was missing? By the time I realized it, I think it was around 1 AM, sir. And I noticed it was back at around 2:30 AM. It was just sitting there on the ledge where the security room's reception window is. But I'm sure that between those 2 times it was not just gone, but stolen, sir. Yay, neue Logik! Why is such an important key stored in such an insecure place? Ah, it's not like that, sir. We always keep the key further inside the room, away from the window. Always, you say, except for this time, correct? Well, I admit that was a bit careless, but I had my reasons. I left it out because I was sorta using it at the time. It was after I had used it that I left it sitting out on the ledge. She used the master key? Okay, that's interesting. Mehr. What did you mean by you used the master key? Oh, I had to use that to open the door for this prosecutor who had forgotten his key. No, sieht die süß aus. I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right? Ah! What is it? That's right! I just remembered! The prosecutor who forgot his key! It was Mr. Portsman, sir! What? Please tell me more, Miss Bird, quickly. Okay? Okay. Mehr. It was around 12 a.m. Mr. Portsman had forgotten his office key, so he came down to security, sir. And that's when you loaned the master key to him? No way! It's against regulations to loan the master key out to anyone. I walked with Mr. Portsman to his office and opened the door for him personally, sir. I see. And then, what happened after that? Well, he called for me to come close up his office as he was leaving to go home. That was around 1:30 a.m., I think. So, in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight. Aha! Talk about suspicious! I doubt you can say that you've never left your keys at home, Detective. I think this calls for a thorough examination of Mr. Portsmans door. Auf jeden Fall. Vielen Dank für diese Information, Maggie. Der hat uns wirklich weitergeholfen. Moment, ist das Pain? Ihhh. Also dann, untersuchen wir mal diese Tür. Moment. A minimalistic yet classy door made of top quality wood. It's kinda majestic too. Fits in really well with the ambitions of the prosecutor's office. Even Mr. Portsman seems dignified just because he works behind one of these. Nonsense. A man doesn't become more or less dignified because of where he works. Well, he still seems more dignified than Mr. Payne. Mr. Payne? I suppose custody work can also be dignified. Nett! So, jetzt aber zu diesem Schild. Room 1203. I take it that this is Mr. Portsman's office. Yeah, you can mistake it, because of that basketball hoop, sir. Ach, war das Maggie? Sorry! That reminds me, Mr. Portsman had actually wanted to room 1202 really badly. But since you were already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him next door, sir. So, why was Mr. Portsman so particular about getting room 1202? I'm not sure, but I bet it's because of something like his birthday is December 2nd. Yep, that gotta be it. I can't think of another reason why. I can think of at least 3. Bah, why am I even wasting time thinking about this? Nett. Moment, das hatten wir doch schon alles. Verdammt. Ich dachte, es bringt was Neues. It's Mr. Portsman's personal basketball hoop. I can't believe he put something like this in the hallway of the prosecutor's office. But you know, it's actually pretty useful, sir. I haven't gotten lost trying to get into your office since it's been here. How long have I had the same office and yet you still managed to get lost? Das ist Gumshoe, wie wir ihn kennen und lieben. What is a basketball hoop doing here? Hey, didn't this just be just outside next to the building a long time ago? So when and why was it moved indoors? I don't remember exactly, but I saw one of the officers drag it up here recently. Drag it? I heard that it wouldn't fit in the elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it himself. Alter, die arme Sau. All the way up to the 12th floor. Nett. Moment, das ist Pain. Ih, mit dir will ich nicht reden. Genau, wir kommen mal an unsere Tür. I don't see any signs of forced entry. And according to the guards, no signs that the lock was picked either, sir. Meaning that the door really was opened with a key. Did you happen to ask if any prints were lifted from the doorknob? Apparently, the doorknob's clean as a whistle. Wiped, they think. Whoever the stiff is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind. Ziemlich. 1202. These 4 numbers on the number plate along proclaim this to be my office. Whoops! Hey, these number plates light right out, sir! They have to be able to take the plate off when a room becomes vacant, you know? Although, the idea that it can be so easily removed is kind of interesting. Well then. Ach komm, what is a basketball doing here? That's Mr. Portman's prized possession, sir. I heard you also play soccer, dodgeball, and even tennis. And not a single one of those sports is suitable to be played in a hallway. Wunderschön. Is everything alright? Yes, sir. If you must know, I weighed myself this morning and I'm finally at 154 pounds. Congratulations, but I was asking about this hallway and this room. Oh, everything's okay, sir. A word of advice. Stay focused, or you may start to lose even more weight. Wunderschön. Ganz toll. Naja. Wir sehen dann mal, wie es weitergeht. Das war's von meiner Seite und wir sehen uns das nächste Mal wieder. Sehr geil.